Hey, shalom, shalom. My name is Brother Jack Jack, and I am your host right here on the Kingdom of Yah Over Culture Ministries channel. And I have a special presentation for you today. But I got a question for you. Are you ready? What is a shepherd? Do you know what a shepherd is? Well, stick around because you're not going to want to miss this special presentation.
It's quiz time. It's quiz time. It's quiz time. It's quiz time.
Hey, do you know what a shepherd is? You know, this word right here. Yeah, this one. Do you know what a shepherd is? Did you know that it's made up of two words? Shepherd, herd. So the first word is sheep. Yeah, sheep. Let's talk about sheep. Do you know what a sheep is? Sheep are farm animals, also known as livestock. They are mammals known for their fluffy, thick wool. And they make the ba, ba, ba sound when they communicate. Yeah, sheep spend most of their time grazing in grassy fields called pastures. Did you know that a large group of sheep are known as a flock of sheep? Yeah, a flock. Can you say flock? Yeah, say flock. Yes, that's right, flock. Good job. Hey, let's take a look at the parts of a sheep. So sheep have two eyes, just like you, and two ears, just like you. They also have a nose and a mouth. But on their body, the sheep's body is covered in wool. Yes, and a sheep has a tiny tail, and a sheep's foot is also called a hoof. Can you say the word hoof? Yeah, hoof. That's right. So let's look at a daddy sheep. A daddy sheep is known as a ram. Can you say ram? Ram, that's right. And a mama sheep is known as a ewe. No, not you. Ewe. It's spelled E-W-E. Can you say ewe? That's right. Good job. Great job. And a baby sheep? Can anyone out there tell me what the name of a baby sheep is? A lamb. Yes, that's right. A lamb. Good job. You guys are cooking, man. Wow. Hey, so let's take a look at this word again. Shepherd. So the word shepherd has two words in it, like we said. The first word is shep, or sheep, right? But this second word, herd, it's short for herder. Yeah, herder. A herd is a large group of animals, and a herder is a person that takes care of large groups of animals. All right? So, a herder's job is to feed, protect, and care for a herd of animals. And in this particular case, we're talking about a shepherd. So, a shepherd takes care of a flock of sheep. Now, herders have different titles depending on the type of livestock they're taking care of. Like, for example, a cowboy. A cowboy is a type of herder. Can you say cowboy? That's right, cowboy. Yes. What about someone that takes care of camels? What would they be called? You guessed it, a camel herder. That's right, a camel herder. What about someone who takes care of goats? What would you call them? Well, they will be called a goat herd. Or they also can be a shepherd as well, because sometimes goats and sheep flock together. And what do you call someone who takes care of sheep? You guessed it, a shepherd. That's right. All right. Hey, so a shepherd is a person that takes care of a large flock of sheep. That's right. Shepherds are often on their own. Do you know why? Why are shepherds often on their own? You. Yeah. Oh, you're bright. You're smart. That's right. Shepherds are often on their own because they have to walk really long distances. Yeah, I know. They get a lot of exercise. Why? Because the sheep have to graze in what's known as a pasture. Can you say pasture? Yes, pasture. A pasture is a large open field of grass. But a shepherd's job is also to protect the sheep from predators. Like wolves, lions, bears, things of that nature. So the shepherd's job is to help them find grass to eat, to find water to drink, and to also protect the sheep from predators. Do you want to know something cool about a shepherd? Yeah, the imagery of a shepherd, the picture of a shepherd caring for his sheep often is used to show how the Most High Yah, our Father in heaven, loves and guides us and cares for his people like a shepherd cares for his sheep. Yeah. The Bible often uses the imagery of a shepherd to show us the leadership qualities of the Most High Yah and his son Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and the leaders that he has chosen to care for his special people. That's right. A shepherd is very special to the Most High. All right, so this is the fun part, guys. Let's open up the Bible in the Torah, and we're going to read Numbers chapter 27, verses 16 through 17. And let's see what the significance of having a shepherd really is to the Most High. It reads, "Let Yah, the Elohim of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation." Now, a congregation is a group or an assembly of people. In this particular case, he's talking about the children of Israel. He's talking about the assembly or the gathering of Israel. And it says here, which may go out before them and which may go in before them, which may lead them out and which may bring them in, that the congregation of Yah be not as sheep which have no shepherd. Imagine now, we said that a shepherd is the one that leads them into green pastures, open fields of grass, so that they can go and eat, and that also he leads them to water so that they may drink. And he also protects the sheep from predators. Why is this important? Can you guess why this is important to the Most High? The Most High does not want his people to wander astray. The Most High loves us so much that he wants to set a man in charge of us. Now, in the Old Testament, in the Torah, we find that the Most High gave us kings, he gave us judges, he gave us leaders to be in charge of Israel. But our people, being so stubborn, being so hard-headed, disobeyed the commandments of Yah. So he had to give us something greater than a man to lead us. And he gave us his son, Jesus Christ, Yeshua the Messiah, Yahusha HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, right? He gave us someone who gave his life so that we can be free. Now that's what I call the ultimate shepherd. Hey, so did you know that the Most High has left a remnant of his people right here on earth? Yes, right here in the continent of Africa, in a small country named Lesotho. We're going to learn about the shepherd boys of Lesotho right here. Stay tuned to the Kingdom of Yah Over Culture Ministries channel, and I promise you, this will blow your mind. Praise Yah.
Ke modisana. Ntate e ne e le modisana. Ke tla ba modisana bophelo bohle ba ka.
My name is Meryl Short. I live here at Hamapieli in the Manamaning Valley. I have a rondavel in the village, which is just like everybody else's. It's cold in winter, but it's comfortable. I enjoy it. I've got everything I need. Khotalo and I work with the shepherds. Many of them live up in cattle posts, away from the villages.
We are just here to help these guys. Because, shepherds in this country are like rejected people, and not a lot of people who want to reach them. So we felt like God is saying we must go to them and reach them with the gospel.
They have a very rough kind of living out there. They live with the animals. They build a little structure that they live in. When it has snowed, they have to go out and clear patches of ground so that the animals can have something to eat. Sometimes they're apart from their families for very long times. Sometimes they, even up in the cattle post, they don't have interaction with the others. Kids start shepherding when they're really small. 3-4 years old, they'll start with an animal. They'll start learning the shepherding skills. Shepherds don't go to school mostly, so they're pre-literate, illiterate, but they have real skills in memorizing things. So the idea was to develop a story set in the kind of language that they talk, that they could take and memorize and pass on. I think when they hear the way that the stories are told, I think they realize that it's theirs. They're open, they're hungry, they enjoy them, and many have come to faith actually.
Shepherds represent the least reached group in Lesotho, and they also represent the most marginalized. Shepherds, by and large, have a separate life, a life outside mainstream village life. And they've developed their own subculture and their own identity, of which they are legitimately proud. These are people who have tremendous skills and knowledge, and yet those are skills and knowledges that are often undervalued or not valued at all by the mainstream culture and village life.
Okay, so we're going to talk about examples of shepherds in the Bible. Let's talk about Adam. Now, Adam was the first man created by Elohim on the 6th day of the creation of heaven and earth. He was also the first ever shepherd in the Bible. The Most High gave Adam the responsibility to care for his Garden of Eden. And he also gave Adam authority over the fish, the birds, the cattle, and over every insect upon the earth. What about Abel? Abel was the son of Adam and Eve. His job was to tend flocks of sheep. His story is found in the book of Genesis also, where his offering was accepted by the Most High, unlike his brother Cain's offering. We can find his situation in Genesis chapter 4. So how many of you know about Father Abraham? Yeah, Father Abraham. Did you know that his name was Avram or Abram before? Yeah, the Most High gave him the name Abraham because he was going to be a father of many nations. So, Abraham is known as the father of many nations because of the promise that the Most High Yah made with him. But did you know that he was also a shepherd? Yeah. Abraham and his nephew Lot had so many people and animals with them that he and his nephew had to separate. Can you believe that? Have you ever heard of Jacob? Yeah, Jacob is also known as Israel. He worked for his father-in-law Laban for 20 years as a shepherd. Yeah, that's a long time. Jacob is also the father of 12 sons and 1 daughter. His 12 sons became known as the 12 tribes of Israel. Another way to say Israel is Yasharal. Yasharal. Can you say Yasharal? Good job. I've got one more shepherd for you. Let's talk about King David. Yeah, King David was known as a man after the Father Yah's own heart. He started his humble beginnings as a shepherd. That's right. Even when David was a young boy, he had tremendous faith in the Heavenly Father Yah. By faith, he even defeated a literal giant. I mean, a real giant named Goliath, who was a Philistine. He defeated him with a rock and a slingshot. Wow. David was fearless. And that shows you that a shepherd's job is not only to feed the flock, but to also protect it. So, what kind of tools does a shepherd use? Does anyone know? You guessed it, a rod and a staff. That's right. But what is a rod for and what is a staff for? Let's take a look at these pictures right here. Yeah. What do you think is happening in these pictures? Let's take a look at the one with the rod. What's happening right there? It looks like the rod is this heavy club-like device, like a stick, if you will, that can hit a predator if it comes to try to attack the sheep. What about the staff? The staff is a little different. It's longer, it has a little hook at the end of it. What's the staff for? Let's take a look at this picture right here. So it looks like the sheep is falling off a cliff. Oh no! What are we gonna do? Good thing the shepherd has his staff, because the shepherd can catch the sheep, or it can pull the sheep out of danger. The staff can go around the sheep's neck to gently pull it back in, because sometimes the sheep will wander off course. Sometimes the sheep will go somewhere that it doesn't need to go, and it's the shepherd's job to protect that sheep. Did you know that the Most High Yah and his son Yeshua are the great shepherds that lead us to righteousness and protect us from danger? Yeah, and I want to prove it. Let's look at Joshua chapter 24, verse 17. It says, "For Yah our Elohim is he who brought us and our fathers up out of the land of Egypt," or Mizraim, "from the house of bondage, who did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way that we went, and among all the people through whom we passed." The Most High Yah is the great shepherd. And just like Father Yah allowed men to be kings of Israel and Judah to shepherd his people, the Most High Yah has raised up his son Yeshua to be the king of the whole world. Look, watch this. In John chapter 3, verse 35, it reads, "The Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hand." Wow. So What is that saying? That means that Yah loves his son so much that he has allowed his son to rule over all things. Okay? Let's read John chapter 5, verse 22. It says, "For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son." So again, we see here that the Father has passed the torch to his Son to say, you know what, Son? Since you made this sacrifice for me, I'm going to allow you to have judgment and authority over everyone and everything. John chapter 5, verse 23 says that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father which hath sent him. So the only way to the Father is through honoring the Son. Yes, you need to know Jesus Christ, Yeshua the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, Yahawashah HaMashiach. You need to know him for yourself. We're going to read a few more verses and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Okay, John chapter 10 verses 14 through 16 reads like this. This is Jesus, Yeshua, Yahusha, Yahawashai saying, I am the good shepherd and I know my sheep and am known by my own. As the Father knows me, even so I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. Wow. He's referring to us as his sheep. And it says, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold, which he was talking to the Israelites. And now he's referring to Gentiles, those who were not of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And he says, them also I must bring, and they will hear my voice, and there will be one flock and one shepherd. What matters is that you have a relationship, a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, Yeshua the Messiah, Yahusha, Yahawashai. You need to know him for yourself so that you can enter into the kingdom. All right? And with that, my brothers and sisters, I want to bid you a shalom, 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 yabarak. Until the next one. Peace and blessings, family.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.